All right, hey team, this is Ryan. I'm doing another Proclaim Planning Center integration tutorial. Here at my house, I've sort of set up an extra monitor real quick just to give you an idea of how the three different perspectives look. First of all, let me get over here. Let me zoom in. It's gonna be a little shaky. I was trying to use OBS and it would have been a little bit cleaner, but okay. So for instance, this is my main screen. Viewed on the top left of Planning Center, first of all, you hit Home, and then as soon as you do that, you go down to Services. All right, Lord's Day service, we have today's date, October 19th, 2025. This is a for instance, if you're going to go on to Planning Center to add stuff, that'll be a different tutorial in general. But okay, so right here you notice really hazy, hold on. You notice the scripture reading, mighty to save, be thou my vision, holy, 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 and then from the inside out. And anyways, I just wanted to show you that first, and that way you can see that's what's on Planning Center for October 19th. Now, here's the cool part. Obviously, there's something going on with that display I've got sitting over there. All right, so I'm gonna jump on back down to here into Planning Center. And what I'm gonna do is, normally you say File, Open, and you go to the date that you wanna open, and it pulls it up. You start off at the top every time with the pre-service loop. So what you gotta do is scroll down all the way until you get to, notice this, pre-service loop lasts until, right here you'll see warm up, 3 minutes and 47 seconds. And then that means 3 minutes and 47 seconds before 10:45 a.m. That warm up starts coming up, and it automatically triggers it to start and stay on this main screen. So, all right, so below that, if you scroll up, you notice the verse is already here. I just deleted some stuff just to show you how to import from Planning Center onto here. A quick way to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this one. Notice the yellow to the left, and the slides pop up in general. It's not on air. This is just in your basic mode before you go on air. What you do is you go up to the top, hit add item, and then you go down here and try to keep it a little more steady for you. Go to import item. Notice you have 4 options: Keynote, PowerPoint, Planning Center, Elvanto, and WorshipPlanning.com. We are Planning Center, not WorshipPlanning.com. So you click on Planning Center, and it pops up with this window: Lord's Day service, Sunday school, or worship night. All right, so you hit this right here next to it. Hold on a second. Hit that right next to it. All right. Then obviously we're not November 2nd, December 7th. We are October 19th. That's what we want to open up. And right here, it should pop up this method. Leave them or check them like this. If you're doing this from another location, it will not have the settings the same way as I do. So what you do here, like I said, trying to keep steady left-handed here. Notice there's the 4 songs that I was talking about that are also over here on Planning Center Services. It shows it here. Awesome. Go to import, and watch what happens. And you will basically pop up a generic form of slides, okay? It'll give you something to start with. Now, here's one of the problems. When you do this, notice it says PCO Mighty to Save. You've got the title song up here, PCO Mighty to Save. I am trying my hardest to figure out why it does this, but even though it does that, I'll show you the way to work around it. All right, so go here, PCO Mighty to Save. You want to change that to a main arrangement, which is what we've used before with the chords. Okay. Key. Let's just say we chose G. And notice it didn't change anything because this is just a main arrangement. Even though it said chords next to it, doesn't mean it's going to have the chords on the screen. I can try another one real quick and see if this one does have the chords on it, but notice this instrumental and all this different stuff is a little weird, the alignment of the text, all that. So let's just simplify it, go to main arrangement that says with chords even though it doesn't have it. All right, now let's go down to our next song, click on it. All right, same story. Even though I checked the box earlier that said I wanted song select version versus PCO, Planning Center Online, it still pops it up. So I'm gonna go back to main arrangement again. And there you go. Wrong here. Notice this, verse 1 and chorus has nothing there. Even if I check that, it doesn't have the actual different choruses, verses, anything like that through here. So that's where it gets a little frustrating, but you can create that. I'll show you how to do that later. Let's see if it does Planning Center Online Ascend the Hill. Actually, it looks a little bit better. So why don't we just go with that one? Okay, and then go down here to Holy, Holy, Holy. This one says Planning Center Online default arrangement. Notice how it's got long and not like 4 lines. Let's see if we have a different version, main arrangement. Still long, looks a little chunky to me. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Let's see. Look at this. Now that I look at it, that's not what we need. So, how about we try that again? In this search bar, type Holy, Holy. Oh, this is funky trying to type and record at the same time. Holy, Holy, Holy. All right, let's use that. That looks wrong. That one looks wrong too. Now that looks right. That version. That's the song we're looking for. All right. Now that we're done with that one, click the next one. Look at that. Red, red, red. That means it doesn't have anything in there. Okay, so we're going to switch to From the Inside Out. My version, Confidence C, that I had there. Pretty nifty. Click on it. Even though we probably weren't doing it in the key of C, it has a G. And everything's in there. No red. Looks a lot better to me. All right, so here's where it gets fun. All right, maybe this looks a little better. Okay, so in this, you click this, go down to, I'm going to change the background on all of them all at once. Shift and left mouse click. Notice it highlighted all of them. Go up here to background. And let's choose this dark black with the marble look in it. And it changes all of these. Look, black, 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 marble, black, marble. Last one, boom. Notice another thing that looks a little funky with it is this. When you go to the next slides, look how everything's shoved to the left over here. So the way to fix that with all of them still selected, actually no, you cannot do that. So I take back what I just said. Click one at a time. Click inside the body. Go up here. Notice that it's not there. Hold on, so try it again. Click right here. Of course, this thing's gonna be like this right now. All right, click that. Alignment. Use this top middle one. That way it shoves everything to the top of the screen and in the center. Now, when we move up again, you'll see it top center. All right. Go to the next one and do the same thing. Click here. And back to here. Top center. Shoved it up. Same thing on the next song. Keep doing that all the way down. Click in the body. Don't click up here. It'll only align this title. So click in the body. Its cursor's flashing there. All right. Go here. Top center. All right. And then same thing. Oh, my bad. All right. Here. Top center. All right. Now, they're all aligned, all how they need to be. Now what you want to do is you want to, let me show you a little trick if you're editing these and you are not on air because that's not lit up. If you want to scroll down to here when you're starting the practice or whatever, right click on the left side here once it's highlighted, and notice down here, go on air. Boom. Okay, there's your verses, here's your slides. We'll get past that. That was the verses we read this morning. All right, and here's Mighty to Save. This is what it looks like on the front TVs on either side of the stage. I have my other monitor set up for confidence. Notice what it says. Has that in red for me, Mighty to Save. So I can see it all the way from the stage back there. It tells me what time it is. And also has the record button. It's telling me that we need to start the recording on live stream. Now when I move on the confidence monitor to the next verse, there's a blank screen, but on the slides it sort of gives a dimmer version of here's the words that are coming up next when I hit the right arrow. But on the confidence monitor, it just tells me the first words that I'm going to be singing in the first verse. So it's preparing me Those are my words. And we go to the next one, and there it is. Everyone needs compassion. All right? But notice what it gives me over here. All right. So these are some of the little downfalls with having this, because as you're running the slides, you only move forward sometimes halfway through here. And the truth is all I see on here, actually this is messed up. There's something wrong with the confidence, and this is why we're having to switch these to display change. Let me show you this real quick. All right, hold on a second. All right, so in this case, because the confidence monitor seems to be messed up on these, you have to go into display, and you have to tell your computer what you want to push out to what screen. Notice how these say, this one says confidence, this one says slides, the one that says not used is my screen for my computer. The way it says on here is, the way it says at the church is slides, slide TVs, and the other one says projector, decimator. So anyways, what you do on the decimator portion, you put it to slides. That would be this one, for instance. All right. So, but in this case, I'm changing our confidence screen, which would be the projector one. This is a bad description. I'm really sorry. Realized I needed to say something about it, but here it goes. All right, so change your back to slides. And now we get to see that as well as y'all. So until we figure out what's up with the confidence monitor through Proclaim, I don't know what to say besides let's just keep it on slides on the front TVs and the back wall, and we'll go from there. All right, so back to here. Close that out. Come on. All right, so your screen can be resized if you want to see more of one thing or the other. You can grab a hold of that, pull it out, so you can see more of what your slides say, but that means that these are going to get smaller on you, so you might want to watch out for that, however you want to do it. Come on now. There you are. This is, there you go. I'm going to pull it back to the way it was. Notice on here you can have the option of multiple. What it's talking about is what you see right here. So you see what the confidence says, you see what the other says, and then you see what the TVs are going to see. All right, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to turn off confidence, and I'm going to turn off what I call live stream from my laptop, and that way it just has your main screen here. You literally can quickly move through these. If you decide that, hold on a second. If you decide that it's hard for you to change certain things, and you know that this verse is what they're wanting to sing next, you can hit 1, and it puts you on verse 1. You can hit C. This thing's acting goofy. I'm sorry. Not very helpful. All right. We'll touch up on that later. We'll cover that more on another one. I guess when I get a little bit better video stuff for you guys. Usually if I hit C, it should jump. There you go. It jumped the chorus. Okay. If you hit 2, typically it'll do that. But if you hit verse, again, it'll jump back and forth between verse 1 and verse 2. You'll hit V in this case. So you can do that. Also, you can hit B for bridge. Jumps to the bridge real quick. And let's see. I believe you can hit I for instrumental, and it takes you to a blank screen with the next words after the bridge. All right. Anyways, this video is a little long, so forgive me. But when you get done after this, you can always click the on air to change it off of there. Or if you need to edit something in the middle while it's on air, it will stay on the slide that it was on. You can go in and edit in the groups that you need to. So pay attention, write it down on the paper that I'll try to be giving y'all, and where you need to change something, a comma or anything that y'all wanted to add in there, different things like that. But what it does is it doesn't affect what's going on air, because it's still there where I had it last. And now you can go back into preview mode. As soon as you do, it will go back to your other screens and allow you to get back where you were. And if you have to jump real quick, you can click on that one, click on it. You can jump around if you need, all the way to here, to this part of this song, Be Thou My Vision. I mean, you can jump pretty much anywhere if you have them all up like this. Also, it just depends on what works best for you. If you're not sure, hit the black here, the black blank, and it takes you to a black screen while you're trying to figure out where the heck you are. That's up to you also. All right. Anyways, like I said, video's a little long, so I'm gonna jump off of this and I'll come back and retouch on other things. All right, thanks.